Did you feel a twinge getting out of a chair this morning? Maybe you've noticed you're not quite as steady on your feet as you used to be. It's easy to think this is just part of getting older, that weaker bones and a bit more fragility are inevitable as the years add up. We see it around us. Maybe we've even experienced a scare, a slip, and the terrifying thought, what if I break something? The fear of a fracture, of losing independence because our bones aren't as strong as they once were, is a painful reality many face, we tell ourselves. It's just my age. But what if I told you that getting older isn't the only reason your bones might be weakening? And that is surprisingly common, often overlooked. Everyday pattern of behavior could be making things worse, much faster than aging itself. It's a quiet habit, one that creeps up on us without us even noticing, and it's silently robbing our bones of their strength. In this video, we're going to uncover this hidden culprit, understand exactly why it's so damaging, and most importantly, look at simple, practical ways you can reverse its effects and start rebuilding stronger bones today. We'll explore the surprising connection between your daily routine and your bone health, and discover actionable steps you can take right now to protect yourself. It's not about drastic changes. It's about small, consistent choices that make a world of difference. Watch to the end for something that will surprise you. This common pattern I'm talking about isn't about something dramatic or dangerous. It's often simply a gradual slowing down, a subtle shift in how we live our daily lives. Think about it. As we get older, maybe we retire. Maybe we spend less time rushing around. Maybe hobbies that involved physical activity take a back seat. We might find ourselves sitting more, moving less. This lack of regular, impactful movement is one of the biggest, yet most overlooked, factors accelerating bone weakness. Our bones are living tissues. Much like our muscles, they respond to stress and load. When we walk, when we climb stairs, when we lift things, even just our own body weight, we are sending signals to our bones that they need to be strong. It's like telling them, okay, I need you to support me, to carry this weight, to withstand this force, so build yourselves up. Without this regular challenge, this stress, our bones start to think, well, nobody needs me to be particularly strong today, and they begin to lose density. This loss is a natural part of aging. Yes, but it happens much faster when that crucial signal from movement is missing. Imagine a time when you were younger, perhaps raising a family or working. Your day likely involved more physical activity just as a matter of course. Chasing kids, carrying shopping, walking to work, standing on your feet for hours. Your bones were constantly getting those signals. Now, compare that to a typical day where perhaps you spend a lot of time sitting, maybe watching television, reading, or using a computer. Trips out might involve driving rather than walking. Even chores might be less physically demanding with modern conveniences. This isn't a judgment. It's a natural shift many of us experience. But our bones don't understand convenience. They understand load. They understand impact. The painful reality of this lack of movement is profound. It's not just about bone density. When we move less, our muscles also weaken. Bones and muscles work together. Strong muscles support our joints and improve our balance, which is crucial for preventing falls. A fall when your bones are weak is far more likely to result in a fracture than a fall when your bones are strong. A fractured hip, for example, can dramatically change someone's life, often leading to a loss of independence, extended hospital stays, and a long, challenging recovery. It's a vicious cycle. Less movement leads to weaker bones and muscles, which increases the risk of falls, which leads to fear of movement, which leads to even less movement. Breaking that cycle starts with understanding how vital movement is. So, what kind of movement are we talking about? The most beneficial types for bone health are weight-bearing exercises and resistance exercises. Weight-bearing simply means exercises where your body is working against gravity while staying upright. Walking is a fantastic example. Every step you take sends a jolt through your bones, particularly in your legs, hips, and spine, telling them to build density. Other examples include dancing, hiking, climbing stairs, and even standing for extended periods. You don't need to run a marathon or brisk walk around the block. Incorporating more steps into your daily routine. Taking the stairs instead of the lift when possible. These simple changes add up. Resistance exercise, also known as strength training, is equally important. This involves working your muscles against some form of resistance, whether it's lifting weights, using resistance bands, or using your own body weight, like doing squats or push-ups against a wall. When muscles pull on bones during resistance exercise, it also stimulates bone growth and strengthens the points where tendons attach to bones. You might think strength training is just for bodybuilders, but gentle resistance exercises are incredibly beneficial for older adults. You can start with light weights, resistance bands, or even just using soup cans as weights. Simple exercises like chair squats, bicep curls with light weights, or calf raises can make a real difference. The key is consistency and gradually increasing the challenge as you get stronger. It's not about lifting heavy. It's about giving your muscles and bones a reason to stay strong. Think about incorporating small bursts of activity throughout your day. Can you get up and walk around during commercial breaks? Can you walk to the local shop instead of driving? Can you join a gentle exercise class? Maybe something like Tai Chi or a walking group. These aren't just good for your physical health. They're often great for your social health too. Providing connection and motivation. The goal is simply to reduce prolonged periods of sitting and find enjoyable ways to move your body regularly. Even 10-15 minutes of brisk walking a few times a day is a great start. It's about making movement a natural, integrated part of your life again. Not a chore, but a vital ingredient for maintaining your independence and strength. Now, while getting your body moving is absolutely fundamental for bone strength, it's not the only piece of the puzzle. What you put into your body plays an equally critical role, and a lack of attention to this area is another significant part of that common pattern that weakens bones. So, let's talk about the fuel your bones need. Just like a building needs strong materials, your bones need specific nutrients to stay dense and resilient. The two superstars here are calcium and vitamin D. Most of us know calcium is good for bones. We hear it all the time. It's the primary building block of bone tissue. If you don't get enough calcium from your diet, your body will actually take it from your bones to maintain critical functions like nerve and muscle function. This, obviously, weakens your bones over time. But simply consuming calcium isn't enough. You need vitamin D to help your body absorb that calcium effectively from your gut. Think of vitamin D as the key that unlocks the door for calcium to get where it needs to go, into your bones. Without enough vitamin D, much of the calcium you consume, no matter how much, might pass through your body unused. And, unfortunately, many older adults are deficient in vitamin D. This is often because our skin's ability to produce vitamin D from sunlight diminishes with age. And many people spend less time outdoors or use sunscreen regularly, which is important for skin health, but blocks vitamin D production. The painful reality of not getting enough of these key nutrients is that your bones become brittle and porous. They lose their internal scaffolding, making them much more vulnerable to fractures. A simple trip or fall that you might have shrugged off in your younger years could result in a broken wrist, hip, or spine when your bones are significantly weakened by nutritional deficiencies combined with lack of movement. Even everyday activities like bending over to pick something up or coughing forcefully can potentially cause a fracture in severe cases of bone loss, known as osteoporosis. It's a silent thief because you often don't know your bones are weakening until you experience a fracture. But the good news is that addressing nutritional gaps is completely within your control, and it doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. Let's start with calcium. Dairy products like milk, yogurt, and cheese are excellent sources, and they're often fortified with vitamin D too. If you can't tolerate dairy, or choose not to consume it, there are plenty of other options. Leafy green vegetables like kale, broccoli, and collard greens contain calcium. Canned fish with bones, like sardines and salmon, are also great sources. Many foods are now fortified with calcium, including some juices, cereals, and plant-based milks like almond or soy milk. Reading labels can help you find these options. The goal is to aim for around 1,200 milligrams of calcium per day for most adults over 50. Spreading your calcium intake throughout the day can also help your body absorb it better. Now, vitamin D. Sunlight is the most natural source, spending just 10 to 15 minutes outdoors in the sun a few times a week. Exposing your arms and legs without sunscreen when the sun isn't too strong can help your body produce vitamin D. However, factors like where you live, the time of year, cloud cover, and skin pigmentation affect how much vitamin D your skin can make. Dietary sources include fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and tuna, as well as eggs and fortified foods like milk, some cereals, and orange juice, because it can be challenging to get enough vitamin D from diet and sunlight alone, especially in certain climates. Vitamin D supplements are often recommended for older adults. It's always best to talk to your doctor before starting any new supplement, as they can recommend the right dosage for you based on your individual needs and check for any potential interactions with medications you're taking. Beyond calcium and vitamin D, other nutrients play support